All right, let's dive into something pretty wild. Imagine you could actually search for a memory of a life you never even lived. I know, it sounds crazy, right? But that's the whole idea we're going to unpack today. It's a futuristic concept inspired by the work of the mathematician George Cantor. We're talking about something called Cantor's triangular search, a totally unique way to navigate time itself. So before we really get into the nuts and bolts of how this works, I want you to just think about that for a second. Seriously, how would you even begin to search for something that literally never happened? You know, that choice you didn't make, that road you didn't take. It feels like pure science fiction, but that very question, that's the key that unlocks this whole concept. Okay, so what is Cantor's triangular search, really? Well, think of it as a conceptual method, a way to navigate this huge matrix of time and possibility. But here's the kicker. You're not searching for what exists. You're searching for what could have existed. It's like looking for ghost data. And yeah, it's a really powerful idea, drawing from some pretty abstract math about infinity and sets to explore every single potential fork in the road.
To wrap our heads around this, let's picture the entire landscape of time, laid out just like this grid. This is our playground, our search area. It holds every single moment, every decision, every possibility. But look closer. It's not just an empty grid, right? You see that highlighted part in the middle? That's our center. And then you've got these little clocks dotted around. And trust me, those clocks, they are absolutely crucial.
Now, these clocks, they aren't for telling you what time it is. Nope. Think of them as anchor points. Every single one marks a critical moment of decision, a fork in the road, really, where one reality splits off and becomes something else. They're like gateways between different timelines. And these are the nodes, the foundation that our whole search pattern is going to be built on. And this is where you can really see how radically different this approach is. I mean, we all get a linear search, right? You start at one corner, you move in a straight line, and you look at what's actually there. Simple. But the triangular spiral? Man, it just flips that whole idea on its head. You start in the center, and you expand outward in a spiral, looking for the echoes, the whispers of what could have been. Okay, so how does this thing actually work? Well, it breaks down into 4 basic rules. Rule 1, you start in the center, not at an edge, but at what they call the initial clock. It's a symbol of your starting awareness. Rule 2, you move outwards, but in triangular shapes. Now, for Rule 3, this is where things get really wild. The search is fractal. What does that mean? It means every single triangular move you make reveals even smaller triangles inside of it. It creates this incredible, infinite-style search pattern. And finally, Rule 4. Those clocks we saw? They act like tuning forks, echoing the past on what are called frequencies of the future, which is what makes this whole search possible in the first place. So, at every single point in this grid, every step of the search, we're not just asking one question, we're asking 3, all at the same time. We're looking at the past, the present, and possible.
And this really brings us to the philosophical core of the whole thing. It's all summed up in this one quote. The goal becomes a meta-search, not what is there, but what could have been there. Think about that. The objective has totally changed. We're not just mining data anymore. We are literally exploring the shadows of choices we never made.
So what this does is it transforms the search from, just a clever algorithm into something way more profound. It becomes a tool for exploring potential itself. It's a structured, logical way to map out that massive, invisible territory of what if. A way to really explore alternate histories and all those futures that never came to be.
Okay, so let's bring this all back home. Make it personal. If you personally, had a tool like this, a way to navigate your own timeline, your own past, what could have been would you look for? Which path that you didn't take would be the first one you'd want to see? Just thinking about that shows you the real power behind an idea like Cantor's triangular search.